singing o'er the plains and the...
Everybody, welcome to the Green Room. Good to have you with us today. I'm in a hotel in Massachusetts, and I'm looking out the window here. It's absolutely a beautiful view. I mean, check. Isn't that incredible? They gave me like this corner room, and such a beautiful scene to wake up to. There's snow on the ground. But I wanted to chat about a couple of shows that we did last week on the Christmas tour. Saturday night I was in Burnt Hills, New York, and then Sunday night, oh man, I just forget where I was. Let me look it up while I'm chatting here. So Saturday night in Burnt Hills, kind of an incredible night. Sunday night I was in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. We'll talk about that in a minute. So Saturday night, God is incredible. We had 127 people or 130 people RSVP for this show, and 35 people showed up. So I had marked it sold out, and then maybe that scared people away. I don't know, but so it was in this barn. I've played this event before, but I've played it outside in their field, which is incredible. Just a beautiful place. You can check back on some of the old Green Room like kind of tour recaps that I've done back in September, I think. And so we set up inside a barn. They have a heated barn. It's a beautiful barn. The guy who owns the place, he built it with his family. I mean, the story is incredible. And so we set up on the second floor of this barn, which always makes a great load-in, lugging all your gear up a flight of stairs. Yay. But so I set up, and this guy, a local worship leader, opened up for me. His name was Paul. He was great. And so I played the show, Christmas show. I was a little bummed that only 35 people showed up, but, God always shows up. Like, there's that saying that, oh, God really showed up today. And I'm like, I don't really like that saying, because God shows up everywhere, all the time, every moment of every second. And so he was definitely there that night. And a couple of cool things. One, I met a new member who had just joined our community that morning, and she introduced herself. She came with her husband, and it was great to meet them and just hang out with them for a minute, get to know them. And a few other folks from our worship room community had been in the audience as well, so they were able to connect and talk to each other. Hopefully they're going to connect for breakfast or coffee or lunch or whatever. And so I play the show, run through all the Christmas songs. The folks are really into it, and maybe halfway through the night, I see in the back of the room a guy and his wife. They show up, and they're into it as well. And so I give the appeal for child sponsorship, and 3 people out of 35 say they're going to sponsor a child. So we get 3 kids sponsored. And so then I'm playing Silent Night. That's how I've been ending these Christmas shows, Christmas tours. And then I asked the hosts who were sitting in the back on the left, I said, hey, do you guys have any announcements? Anybody else coming to the barn? Anything you want to say? And so they mentioned a few things. And the guy that walked in late, he raised his hand, and I said, oh, okay, I guess we're going to do, audience participation, just kind of people just talking through whatever. And so this guy, he says, his name was William, he says, because part of my appeal for the child sponsorship thing is, hey, can you give up a meal, going out to dinner one night a month to sponsor and save a child? And so he says, in front of the whole crowd, he says, I'm an alcoholic. He said, I've been trying to beat this for years. I can't. Sometimes I go a week, sometimes I go a couple of months, and then I just can't do it. He said, so I will give up a couple of days of drinking every month so that I can sponsor a child. And I was like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. He said, I want to sponsor that kid, and I'm going to give up a couple of days of drinking a month to sponsor the child. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I gave him the picture folder. We talked afterwards. I mean, he's married to a wonderful woman. He's been struggling for years. And this is not an uncommon story. Like, I meet so many folks that are struggling with alcohol or whatever drug, whatever the addiction is. And I said, have you been through, he said, I've been through Celebrate Recovery. I've been through, all these different programs. He said, I just can't do it. And I said, okay, I get it. I said, so we'll be praying for you. There was a couple of us around chatting with him. And so pray for William. Pray that Jesus can break these addictions in his life. But it brought about a moment of humanity and a moment of just honesty that we're all struggling with something. And sometimes we can't break the addiction as hard as we try. And maybe it's the human side of us that tries more than the faith side of us. I don't want to be judgmental here, but it's just hard. Addiction is a hard beast to conquer. And so if you're struggling with addiction like I am, like you are, like we all are addicted to something. I just pray that you would continually just surrender that addiction and give that addiction over to the Father every single day. And so, and that's really the best we can do, that we can just continue to give it to Jesus and surround ourselves with people that are going to support us and people that are going to help us walk through those addictions. Man, it was such a powerful night, just incredible. And then I chatted with the the owners after, and they said, "Man, that was amazing! Like 4 kids sponsored and this little crowd." And so we prayed together at the end of the night, and I prayed for them and their family, and the space that it would just be used for God's glory. Just absolutely incredible. And then I drove home from there, and then drove to East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, the next day. Beautiful church. I've played this place. I think I played it 2 years ago. The pastor there is amazing. His name is Kofi. Super energetic guy. Just loves, just bringing worship into his church and bringing people into his church. So we had a pretty good crowd, probably 65, 70 people. Great afternoon of worship. I chatted with a bunch of folks, and we got I think just one child sponsor, because I'd given the appeal at this church prior, and but we only got one kid sponsored. But connected with one of our worship room community members who recently moved from Florida to Pennsylvania. So she came, and it was awesome to see her and just kind of hang out with her for a minute and hear her story. She's just moved to Pennsylvania to help with her parents. Her parents are struggling. They're getting old, and old age is something that we all have to deal with. And so I was like, good for you. Like, I'll be praying for you that God just gives you the strength to help with your parents as you go through this. Man, it's such I'm going through it as well. I'm actually going to go see my parents this afternoon. I'm going to drive from Massachusetts to Rhode Island, and before I get to the venue tonight, I'll see them. But man, it's tough. Aging just getting old is hard. As I get older, I continue to be humbled by the struggles of getting old. So, but man, what a weekend! What a Saturday and Sunday on the Christmas tour. So, if you were there, thank you. Thanks so much for supporting this. If you want to get involved in all that we're doing, and get involved as a monthly sponsor of the ministry, so that we can keep this thing going. I got just more plans for 2026. I want to make some new music. I want to get out there and play more shows and just see people's lives changed through these nights of worship. So if you want to get involved there, just head over to jointheworshiproom.com. You can get involved for as little as $19 a month, and that gives you access to our music app and devotions, Bible studies. There's over 500 hours of content, which seems daunting, but at the end of the day, it's organized in a pretty great way, and you can just kind of dive into a study on the book of Matthew, or dive into a study on the book of Philippians, and just go through it day by day, and have a community there that's supporting you as you walk through those books and through those passages. So thanks for being a part of this. Thanks for being here. If you were on the tour, if you kind of came to one of the shows, thank you. So great to see you guys out in the audience. And oh wow, a hawk just landed on that tree out there. Very cool. Okay, I'm gonna get on the road. I got to get out of here and start my drive to the next venue. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Gloria, Gloria, glory to God in the highest, glory to God in the highest. Christ whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee. Christ the Lord, the newborn King. Gloria, Gloria, glory to God in the highest. Gloria.